uh, you lazy mother. Right, this John Cena heel turn needs to be talked about because this is the biggest fumble of all time. This is the biggest fumble of all time. We can't get this back now. Yeah, this is 25 years in the making. We can't get this back. Once it's been fumbled, it's gone. This is a once in a generation opportunity. We had it with Hogan, yeah, 96, and we had it with Cena when nobody wanted it and they somehow fumbled it. Yeah, we're gonna break this down and we're gonna talk about how much of a bum Ribble H is for doing this to us as fans, as loyal fans of the product, loyal fans of John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. Your time is now. We got to do this justice. We're gonna break this down. So first of all, we could talk about how he should have turned at Mania. If he was gonna turn, it should have happened at Mania. Yes, agreed. And that would have been insane WrestleMania moment. Would have made it for a bad match. Actually, if he wrestled that match as a face, we might have been able to have a good match. And then he turned heel, so we would have got two birds, one stone. Yeah, The Rock had to get involved. Talked about that in another video. Let's actually talk about how it's played out rather than fantasy book it. Problem number one. Cena turned heel at Elimination Chamber, and this has got to be, yes, the commentators talked about it, yes, on TikTok and the posts and the Instagrams talked about it, and the fans respected this heel turn more than the WWE did. Because what happened after Cena turned heel? Everyone went about their day like nothing happened. This should have been an earthquake in the locker room. We should have seen. I know R-Truth had a couple tweets. He was like, "Oh, we shouldn't jump to conclusions," which was quite funny. That's how it kind of should have been, but it should have been from everybody. It should have been on TV. It should have been like Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. We should have seen the fallout. Like look at Thor when Thor was depressed. He was drinking himself. He had a beer belly. He was like locked himself out from the real world. Here on Monday Night Raw, Cena wasn't there. First of all, yes, they showed some video packages, but there should have been backstage fallout. The only time it felt like this happened, and the only time it felt like someone cared and was affected by it, was when CM Punk had that insane promo after Elimination Chamber on The Rock and Cena. He was the only person that looked genuinely pissed off, and the genuine catastrophic event. He respected it. He genuinely felt impacted by it. Nobody else. We should have had everyone talking about it backstage. We should have had panic in the locker room. We should have had panic. We should have had backstage interviews. We should have had everyone talk. Every promo. I think Drew mentioned it once. He was like, "Oh, Cena's turned into a bit of a bum, and Orton jumped the queue, so I'm gonna go for the US title." I think people kind of hinted at it. There was a point when Roman Reigns, 1 year after his title reign, everyone talked about him. Even before it ended, KO was talking about it. Drew McIntyre was talking about it. Seth Rollins was talking about it. Cody Rhodes was talking about it. The Final Boss was talking about it. Sami Zayn talked about it. Everyone was talking about it, which is why it felt monumental. And here, nobody's talking about it. Why? This should have been an earth-shattering event. So how am I, as the audience, am I meant to think this is a big deal, and am I meant to buy this if as big, as the massive thing and event that it is, historical event that it is, if no one on TV is doing that? Why? Make it make sense. That's problem number one. Problem number two, which is an extension of problem number one. This man said he's going to ruin wrestling. He said he's going to take the title, CM Punk style. Bear in mind, CM Punk's not even talked about that because he's kind of just copying the shtick. Hopefully they're saving it for the feud if they ever get to it. I'm hearing it's not going to happen at Money in the Bank. Great stuff. Problem number two. How's this happened? No one cares. Extension of problem number one. He is taking the title home, and he has said that the lineage ends here. This is the biggest prize, not in just the WWE, in the entire industry. Kids dream about winning this title. Kids dream about main eventing WrestleMania winning this title. This is the title that Shawn Michaels won. This is the title that CM Punk won. This is the title that Stone Cold won. The Rock won. Chris Jericho won. This is that title. The Undertaker won this title a year off his debut. Hulk, well, let's not talk about that, brother. This is the title that goes back 60 years now, 70 years now. He's taking it home. And no one seems to care. No, this should be like, there should be panic, and every single member of the locker room should be like, I am gonna take it off him if it, if it kills me. I'm gonna take it off him if it kills me. Why is no one acting like this? No one's even talking about it. Seth Rollins, yeah, how am I supposed to take his character seriously? He's meant to be, his triple threat match. You were saying this is the battle for the industry, the future of this industry. He's the gatekeeper. He cares about the future of this industry, and he's not even mentioned it. Instead, he tried to bribe Sami Zayn into having a match there. He's not mentioned it. So how am I supposed to buy this? There's no panic. This is like Thanos clicking his fingers. He's gonna shred the universe in half. No one cares. No one's trying to stop him. There should be a queue and people fighting each other to get a chance of fighting Cena. It should be earth shattering. This is lazy booking. They're just doing it, John Cena's last run, John Cena's heel turn, John Cena's a champion, he's going to have a title match, let's sell some tickets, let's sell some merch. This is not believable. This is just a cheap way to squeeze money out of the John Cena name one last time. You could have put some effort in. You could have put some effort in and give us something compelling. This should feel like Doomsday. Problem number 3, probably the biggest problem of them all. Why, John? Why? To this day, we ain't heard why John Cena has turned heel. Why did he pick The Rock? Why? Why was The Rock involved? How did he sold his soul to The Rock? Why did he need to? He had the money. He's talked about how he still has the money, which is why he's going to leave and he's not going to come back. He's not going to have one more match. He has the money. He has the fame. He's not, debatably, he's not as famous as The Rock, but he has it. He has much more than Cody Rhodes. He didn't even try to win the title and fail. He won Elimination Chamber. It's not like, he lost the Rumble, he lost the Chamber. Now he's getting desperate. He won the Chamber. He was on his own. Yeah, fair enough. Seth Rollins curve stop Punk. It's no DQ match, whatever. He won the Chamber. He was going to Mania 1-on-1. Why would he sell his soul then? Okay, he's not won a match in 6 years, but he's not said that. I'm trying to speak from the perspective of a viewer. Why did he do it? And I don't want to hear people saying, oh, you're just getting worked. You're getting worked. Nobody wanted this. You still have to make compelling TV. Yeah, Triple H wants to sit around and talk about how this is scripted and tell everyone, F off, don't be a critic. Movies and TV shows get critiqued. Yeah? So don't tell me that I can't critique this show. You're telling everyone it's not real. If it was a real sport and a genuine sport and you were selling it that way, that's another thing. But you're not. You're making unreal. You're exposing the business. You've thrown all the rules out the window. So we can't play by the rules no more. This doesn't make any sense. Nobody wanted this. If you were making a TV show and your audience, this is Cena's last run, the GOAT, childhood hero, all those kids growing up watching him, they're now adults and paying for your product, will probably show up to pay-per-views, can probably pay to take their kids to pay-per-views to watch John Cena one last time. And we're getting this lazy booking. Nobody wanted him to turn heel right now. And I know that, yes, when nobody wants you to turn heel, that's when you're really a heel because you're going to get booed. But that's not how it's going to work. Because he's going to get cheered either way. So it's not really a heel turn. It's not a heel turn. This is genuine go away heat. It's genuinely bad writing. I don't want to. People like to confuse bad writing with heel heat. Nobody wanted him to turn heel because it would have been bad writing. It would have been a bad episode. It would have been bad script. It's not because we don't want him to turn heel because he's a good guy and it's a heel turn. This isn't within the fourth wall anymore. We've broken out the fourth wall. It's bad writing. It doesn't matter what he does. He's going to get cheered. He could do the worst thing possible. Think about what he said he's going to do. He's going to take the championship and leave forever. That's despicable. People are still going to cheer him. They probably if he's on his last match and he's still champion. And, let's say they have Cody facing him. Cody's going to be the hero who saves the day, who gets the title back, which is probably where this is going to end up. The fans will still cheer for Cena to win. Because he's going to get cheered regardless. This isn't good writing. How would Endgame be if everyone wanted Thanos to win and snap the universe into dust? In Endgame, we wanted to snap all of it back and start from the ground up again. If the aim is to build someone, it's probably going to be Cody Rhodes in the end. He's going to get booed. This is so confusing. He's going to get booed. Nobody wanted this. This is the worst time to turn John Cena heel. You missed out on the last 20 years. You didn't do it then, and now you do it now, and it's just terrible. We've lost it. It's terrible. We could have just enjoyed it. The one time we wanted him to be face, we would have enjoyed it. We would have loved it. He would have had banger after banger after banger. And that's not what we're going to get. You've wasted it. What a waste of a year and a heel turn this is going to be. It could have been something good. It could have been something good. Problem number 4, the feuds. This was meant to be a dream run. This was meant to be a dream run. We got Cena Orton, sure. But because Cena's a heel, and Orton, Cena's, I don't want to hear this ruining wrestling. I don't want to hear that he's having bad matches because his aim is to ruin wrestling. That's lazy. That's a lazy excuse, and it's lazy booking, and it's lazy wrestling. I'm seeing people saying, "Oh, you're getting worked. You're getting worked. He's trying to ruin wrestling. Of course, he's gonna have bad matches. Having bad matches on purpose is actually, it's like having a bad episode. It's bad. It's a bad product. This isn't the intention. It's a bad product. You can't do that. People are paying hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds to go to these shows, and you're having bad matches on purpose. That's like watching a TV show, and his acting is bad on purpose because he's a villain. Imagine Thanos having unbelievable bad lines where you're like, this actually isn't very good. It's not the same thing. Now, if Thanos was actually having a fight and he was using dirty tactics, and I went, oh, that guy's horrible. I hate that. I want the guy to lose. That's what a heel heat would be. So I'm not trying to hear that excuse. He's having bad matches on purpose. This is a joke. This is embarrassing. So yes, Cena Orton, how good was it going to be really? The ceiling, given the age of those guys, I don't know. But I think it could have been better. It was hella overbooked. It didn't need that. Did it really need that? It just needed a stipulation. It didn't need to be that overbooked. It got very silly. And now we've got Punk sitting, who still hasn't had a title match in like his 18 months here. Seth doesn't care, apparently. Mr. Save the Future of the Industry hasn't said a word. Gunther, we could have had at Mania. The whole issue started with Jey Uso winning the Rumble. That's when the whole card got shuffled the wrong ways. Gunther, Drew, we could have. Yeah, I've said Punk, AJ Styles, his old feuds. Yeah, it could have been a proper nostalgia trip. We could have had Punk, Cena. Yeah, that is the one I'm waiting for, because the only person that's going to go toe to toe with this guy on the mic is going to be CM Punk. That is going to be gold. But you know what's not going to be gold? The match. Because Cena is purposefully having bad matches. Who booked this? I know exactly who booked it. It's Triple H. You're a disgrace. You're goofy, man. Goofy H. And to add to that, one of his final matches in his final year, yeah, we're getting R-Truth John Cena. This is an embarrassment. This is his final year. I'm going to put him in a comedy match. At least it's on like a house show pay-per-view. But really, there's not even much to say. It's not predictable. This should be end game scenario. Every single match we see, we should be feeling like, oh my God, he needs to beat him. He's taken the title away. There needs to be jeopardy. Where's the jeopardy? This is just Cena just going to mow through everyone and win. And there's no threat of this title leaving his hands, because we know he's not going to lose it for ages. But it should be built to feel like that. If that's the story they're going with, that's how it should feel like. How have these stories been built, by the way? Cena doesn't show up. That's another problem. Is that problem number 5? Let's call it problem number 5. Cena doesn't show up enough. He doesn't show up enough. If you're going to do that, he should have showed up. And obviously, they're going to rinse him. They're just trying to use him as a cash cow. Every pay-per-view they have, which seem to be every 2 weeks, Cena's gonna be there, which means that he's gonna have 2-week feuds, and he's gonna show up for half of that time on the build to the feud. So none of these feuds are gonna be built properly. No, we're never gonna believe that he's gonna lose. At this point, I was hoping that Randy beat him and Cena had to win it back. I was hoping for that. Give me something. Give me jeopardy. They're just gonna mow through everyone for a year and then maybe lose it at the end. This is terrible, man. Terrible. R-Truth. Come on, man. This is his last year. You could, yeah. We're not going to get long builds. And what have these builds been? He was silent. He's been cussing out the fans every single week since WrestleMania. He showed up. I think he cooked Cody a couple times. Two, one in London and one in Vegas when he cooked Cody. That was good. They should have done that earlier. And he's not had a single brawl in any of these builds. He's not had a single brawl. He cooked Randy quite well, I think, eventually. When he wasn't face to face with Randy, the one before that, he was talking about parent shaming, which was weird. It's just not good writing. It's simply not good enough. This is a guy who's a legend on the mic. If you give him something, if you don't even give him a script, I'm sure he'll make something out of nothing. But the writing he's been given, he's talking about parent shaming. He's been talking about the fans for about 5-6 weeks, literally since he turned, and it's not changed. Same promo every week. Who thought this would be good? Who thought this would justify the heel turn and really answer the unanswered questions we had about a Cena Hill run? Is this really what anyone would have wanted to see? Come on, it's just not good enough. And because of this, it's not believable. Because of this, it's just not believable. Cena as a heel in his last run is not believable. And I don't know, maybe that's on Cena and his overacting at times. Maybe that's on the combination of that with the writing he's been given. Cussing the fans every single week, picking on kids it's so forced. It's so forced. This isn't good. And guess what he did after Backlash? He sort of had an emotional walk up the ramp. He looked at some of the kids who were still chanting his name after he just cheated to win, and it looks like he's going to turn face again very soon. He's already started his redemption arc. This whole thing was pointless. WrestleMania main event was ruined for no reason. Why hasn't Triple H said anything about this? This is his company, the COO, the coup, the Goofy H. Why haven't you said anything about this? Your main champion's about to walk out of the company. You should be panicking. No one's upset. Seth Rollins is a joke, man. He doesn't stand for nothing if he doesn't comment on this. In all these builds, what have these builds consisted on? There's been no brawls. He's been laid out. He had Crossroads 1 week, then he got Crossroads the week after. He got Crossroads the week after. He got RKO'd after Mania. He got RKO'd a couple weeks after. No brawls. What is going on? What happened to building stuff? We're just rinsing him as a cash cow. He's also not believable because he's still selling merch. I know they tried to explain this. Oh yeah, you fans, you get nothing. I know you want merch. I know you want a heel persona. I know you want a heel theme song. You get nothing. Yeah, I mean, I see they tried to justify it, and it's kind of a good justification, but it's kind of, let's be honest, it's making him less believable. Because he's coming out to new merch every week. This is the same Cena. This is the same babyface Cena. Coming out to new merch, and then you look at the crowd, and they all got this new merch. The kid's still wearing his merch. It's not believable. It's forced. And it's at the end of the day, he's just being used as a cash cow. He's going to be on every PLE, despite the fact that they're only 2 weeks. Therefore, there's only going to be 2-week builds. He's going to be coming out in new shirts in every city, which means he's still getting rinsed as a cash cow. That's all it is. WWE's finished. It's finished. The TKO era is finished. They don't care about wrestling. It's all about money. Money. Shareholders. Ads. Prime. Influencers. Viral moments. Logan Paul. It's silly, man. Triple H, you're begging off them. Be a man. I thought you loved this business. You always talk about loving this business. You get what you put in. What are we getting? You've ruined the Cena heel turn. I don't think you understand. Forget the heel turn. It's final year. Here's the final problem. Well, there's multiple problems, but this is the last one I'm going to talk about. The duration of this and the timing of the heel turn. He started in Netflix, January 6th. Raw Netflix was January 7th in the UK. Raw Netflix. He turned face in March. And then he didn't show up for 3 weeks. And then he showed up for the last 3 weeks until Mania. Yeah, for the heel run. And it looks like he's going to turn face by the end of the year, and it's going to end in December, which is historically, notoriously, the dead zone of a WWE calendar year. Between October, November Survivor Series, and Royal Rumble, is dead. December is dead, and that's when it's going to end. I pray. There's not enough time for this, especially when he's showing up so sparingly. There's not enough time. If you were going to turn him heel, it should have been at the start of the year. It should have been Mania to Mania, because that's a WWE, a year in the WWE. It's not calendar year, so I don't know why he did that. It should have been Mania to Mania. We didn't get that, fine. He should have turned heel right at the beginning at the Royal Rumble. He should have beat up Jey Uso after Jey Uso won the Rumble, and then at least that way you would have more time to develop him as a heel, then more time to develop him as changing face, and then more time to develop him back. This is going to be so rushed. It's going to be so rushed, and we're going to waste all these potentially amazing matches we could have had. Punk, and don't tell me that Cena's old and he can't go no more, because I saw what he did with Punk in the chamber. That 1v1 they had, it was just like the old times. I don't want to hear that he can't go no more, and that's why they had to do this. It's not true. It's not true. This is rushed. I pray that in December that he wins his last match and he actually leaves. And then maybe we'll get some panic. And then maybe Seth Rollins will start talking about the future of the industry. This guy's a bum. This guy's a goofy bum. Coming out dressed like that and you don't even fight for what you stand for. How am I supposed to believe in you? You're meant to be Raw's biggest heel, I guess, now. But you're still talking about the future of the industry and you're not talking about Cena. So I hope he wins in December and leaves as a heel. And then hopefully, this is a heel John Cena, it's a new John Cena. You can't believe a word he says. And then he does come back and there's a proper build to Mania 42. And then he loses it there. Please do something like that, please. Because that's the only thing that can save this now. We actually need the Infinity War snap of him leaving with the title in December. This has been an utter waste of time. We wasted Cody Rhodes' character. Rock completely. The Rock went on Pat McAfee show and completely blew kayfabe out the water. He's talking about, Rhodes has got a great heel run in him. Why are you talking like that? What has happened to this business? Why are you telling the audience that, yes, your current top babyface will never do wrong, your current John Cena is going to turn heel down the road? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is embarrassing, man. This is why Vince, although he came out once and said, yes, this is sports entertainment, he still kept kayfabe. He didn't take it this far. He wouldn't have used people as a cash cow like this. Yes, he did. Yeah, okay, fine. That was the reason he didn't turn Cena heel. But not if he did go with turning Cena heel, he would have went all the way. This is embarrassing, man. You fed Cody Rhodes to him. He's the guy that's meant to carry us now. Cody was getting booed. You got Cody to get booed. And he's still going to get booed. I'm telling you now, in December, if Cena faces Cody, and this is for the heart of the industry, the biggest prize in the industry, the WWE Championship, if Cody loses, Cena's going to walk out with that title and never come back. Cody's going to get booed. I'm telling you now, Cody will get booed in Cena's final match when it's meant to be, Iron Man and Thanos. This is a joke. How have we got here? How have we got into this position? This is embarrassing, man. Just do me one thing. If you're gonna do something, look, Punk. If just get Punk to get in Cena's head and say, listen, I want you at your best, and I want to have a banger with you. And just for one pay-per-view, for one match, I could suspend my disbelief and forget how rubbish this is, and just see Cena and Punk have a banger, and Cena and AJ have a banger. None of this ruining wrestling, so he's having bad matches on purpose. No. I've already explained that. It don't make sense. That's not how it works. People pay money for this. This ain't the same as a movie or a cinema or a TV show. You pay £10 for a subscription there. You pay £10 for a movie ticket. You pay £20 for a movie ticket in some places. We paying grands to go WrestleMania and pay-per-views. Netflix is like £10 fine, but we buy merch. We buy their t-shirts. We buy the video game. If you're charging people 40 grand. You're priced out your hardcore fans. You're just begging to celebrities. You're begging to sponsors. You're begging to the corporates. And you're giving us a product like this. And you're telling fans to F off. I will critique it. This is garbage. Fix it. Fix it.